It's a rough time to be here, Dave. It's a rough time to be in the building. Well, the building's cleared out. Actually, not so rough because we're not really interacting with everybody. As soon as that game ended, they just took off. They just deserted the place.
Yes, they did.
It's a ghost town in here.
Hastily.
Yeah, I can't say that I blame them.
No, I know. It's interesting how I think the personality of, and I always say this, I'm a Seattleite too. I guess we just shut down and don't want to talk about it when bad things happen.
Yeah.
But can I remind everybody, and I'll say this again, this isn't the interception at the 1 yard line in Super Bowl 49, okay?
Yeah.
There's more to play. Okay, we got 4 more games. Everybody's probably cursing at me right now.
Why do you bring that up?
Exactly, yeah. But it's not that. That's why I bring it up. It's not that. So, and look, I'm just kind of glancing at the text toy and powered by Mac and Jack's Brewing Company. Our text line 866-979-3776. That was the worst piece of management ever. Why? How could you put him in there? Why didn't you put this guy in there? Why didn't you put that? Let's name. I thought you put this very well. Let's name every guy that they didn't put in.
Yeah, and say they were the better option.
They would have been better.
Yeah, that's.
And if you would have put him in, and they would have, given up a home run to Alvarez, everybody would be saying, "That's why you went and got Robbie Ray. Why wouldn't you put him out there?" So. Yeah, you can't win in that situation, but I just talk everybody off the ledge that there's another 4 opportunities.
Well, we talked about this yesterday, Dave, and what I vividly remember on the text line is nobody challenging it. And that was the idea that when we were debating, okay, Logan's going in game 1, that Castillo's going to game 2. Do you go back to Ray? Do you go with Kirby? What do you do in game 3? And we talked about, well, I'd like to see Kirby out there. And I'd like to see Ray put into that bullpen role the way Kirby was, and maybe that's where they use him in this game. They got 2 lefties you got to worry about, and Tucker and Alvarez, and maybe that's where Robbie Ray is used. You use him in those situations. Mm-hmm. I didn't see anybody going, why would you do that? What a terrible idea. Why? What a dumb thing. He would never do that. You could never. I didn't see anybody saying that. We're seeing it now because it didn't work. So I get it.
Right. Yeah, it's like going for it on 4th down. Nobody in the state of Washington thought it was a good idea to bring Robbie Ray in the 9th inning. I'm sorry, 360. At least a few people thought it was an okay idea. Lefty on lefty, and maybe, I don't know if he missed with his pitches. Maybe he meant to throw a slider there. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened, but come on. Really?
Yeah. It's, and trust me, we will talk about this. I can relate to everybody's anger. I can relate to everybody's frustration. My neighbors may never look at me the same after this game, and my dog may never come out of hiding. I hope he's okay right now, but it's just...
You should go to your neighbors and, bring him bring him a cake or something.
Yeah, I'm
and
so
say,
sorry.
Hey, this is going to happen as long as the Mariners are in the playoffs, so...
Yeah, it's... it was beyond brutal. It was beyond a gut punch. It was beyond a blown opportunity. You blew it. They blew it. And... What the problem is you blew it with the guys that got you there, with what got you to the postseason. Your pitching, your starting pitching, and your bullpen got you here. And you're not in the postseason without Robbie Ray. You're not in the postseason without Paul Sewald or Andres Munoz. And all 3 of those guys let you down today. But, what I find funny is, I got a buddy texting me, oh, you overmanaged, should have gone with Murphy or Festa or Swanson. I'm like, so you're just going to name everybody that didn't pitch. Now, had you pitched one of those guys and they went out there and got their tail kicked, be like, why would you throw Festa out there when you got this guy? Or why would you throw Murphy out there? You should have gone to this guy. Yeah. It's just like, okay, if it doesn't work, I get it. You're going to go, that didn't work, bad choice, should have gone with plan B. It's convenient, and I understand the frustration, but these are the guys that got you there. And especially, Munoz, listen, the guy has been lights out all year. Mm-hmm. He's been ridiculous. Yet we saw him in the game against the Blue Jays. The second one, the first one, he was spectacular. Goes an inning and 2/3, spectacular. Second game, he was fighting it. Couldn't land the slider. He was grinding it out. He did a great job of getting out of that inning unscathed, but he didn't look great. Couple days off, that was the right move. You go to Munoz. What happens? He gives up hits. He gives up a home run to that little boy Bregman, who can't high five, by the way. Just how do you miss 2 high fives in a row?
That? Yeah, I'm curious if the Texans.
I'm gonna tweet out that video. How do you miss 2 high fives in a row? They're standing right there.
Well, at first, when I was in college, I had a linebacker that we used to do it on purpose, where you go up and do the awkward missed high five.
You're doing it to be funny.
It was a joke. That Bregman wasn't.
That wasn't a joke.
He was trying.
I'm going to tweet it out. It's going to make me feel better on some level.
Little boy.
I'm trying not to curse, Dave. Trying not to curse. I'm trying to just be objective about this and not be so reactionary, because much like everybody that's listening to us right now, I was beyond rageful. I was beyond seething. I was just, oh my goodness, was I angry.
Well, and part of the second guessing is Alvarez hit 321 against lefties. The other, lots of people saying, why don't you walk him?
Yeah, I don't. Those are if you want to go strategy questions, but if you want to go personnel, he's your only lefty in the bullpen, and yeah, Alvarez has got a great average against lefties. But you were talking about Blowers pointing out that he's got a terrible average on the slider, and sort of questioning why. That's the bigger question to me is, all right, you go with the lefty, you go with the guy who hits lefties well but does not hit a slider well. Why would Ray throw first pitch fastball? He fouls it off. He was on it, fouled it off. You're like, okay, he was kind of on that one. This guy's coming up here hacking. Let me go off speed. Let me get him to try to chase. Let me do something like that. Instead, he lays about as fat of a meatball as you could ever hope to see outside of batting practice, right over the heart of the plate. And I haven't had a chance to hear his comments. I don't know if he's spoken. I don't know what he was trying to do with the pitch. I can't imagine that was the goal. Here's where I wanted to throw it. Because it was a center cut fastball to a fastball hitter. So, I don't know what the plan was with that pitch. That part didn't work.